Millennials and Money, fabulous but broke. That sums up what some young Americans are dealing with. Here with money tips, including how to get out of debt, is Matt Schulz, the Chief Credit Analyst at LendingTree. Good to have you here. And I understand a lot of people are crying over finances. What can you tell us?
I'm not really surprised that millennials are much more likely to cry about money over the past year, simply because they've just been through so much in their adult lives, starting with the Great Recession, then getting hit really hard by the pandemic. And they're in that really expensive phase in life where maybe they're having kids, maybe they're trying to save to buy a house, and they've got lots of other things going on as well. I'm not surprised to see millennials rank so high when it comes to shedding tears.
What are your top 3 tips for millennials who are broke and want to get out of debt?
A budget is really where it has to begin if you are concerned about your money. You can't make a significant plan to tackle debt, to figure out your finances, unless you know exactly how much money is coming in and going out of your household each month. A budget is a perfect way to do that. And really, if you do have a budget today, but you haven't reviewed it in a year, you really need to do that as well, because chances are a lot of those assumptions that you made a year ago, even 6 months ago, might have been blown out the window by inflation and just the high cost of living in 2022 today. It's really important to be willing to ask for help. The truth is that 70% of folks who ask for a lower interest rate on their credit card in the past year got one, but far too few people ask. And there are other breaks like this that you can get from a credit card issuer, from another type of lender, if you're going through hard times or if it's going to be difficult for you to make ends meet for a little while. Don't be afraid to call your lender. Tell them your story. There's a good chance they may be willing to work with you. If you have good credit, a 0% balance transfer credit card can be an absolute godsend for folks with credit card debt. You can have 0% interest on that transferred balance for up to 21 months. It's almost 2 years with no debt. And that's a really, really big deal. And it can really dramatically cut the amount of time it takes to pay that debt and the amount of interest that you pay. So it's a really big deal. You're going to need to have decent credit to get that card, but the good news is that if you do have good credit, these cards are widely available, and there are plenty of them out there at sites like LendingTree.
Any other thoughts?
What you really need to do is do some little thing that can help you feel like you have a little bit more control. Maybe that's having a side hustle. Maybe that's calling and getting your interest rate reduced on your credit card. Maybe that's canceling a streaming service. Whatever step you might take, it's really important to do so, because that one small step may not change your life. A couple of other steps like it may not either. But when you add it all up, it really does make a difference in your finances and also just how you feel about your finances and your financial situation. So just taking a little bit more control, feeling a little bit more empowered around your finances can really help those tears stop from coming.
Thank you as always.
Thanks, Angie. Always great to be here.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.